Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Business of Visual Communication online course. Um, and I just wanted to introduce myself and introduce the course a little bit and kind of talk to you guys about the schedule and what we're going to be doing. And also kind of fill you in on how to navigate through the Blackboard site. So I'm actually can't see it right now, but I'm looking at Blackboard. Um, so everything should kind of be up to date. We had a couple stumbles getting all the content in the right area. If you couldn't find the syllabi, that's because it was hidden for some reason, but it is up there now. So when you log into Blackboard and go to the Art 334 Blackboard site, you'll land on the Stay on Track page, and that basically gives you an update of any new announcements that have been made, new content that has been uploaded, and hopefully the module for the to-do will start showing up with assignments that are due. I posted assignments and put them in the Grade Center, and the ones that I've put in there aren't showing up. So I'm going to have to talk to ITS about that. But anyway, so that's a good place to land on. But let's talk. Let's go to the game plan, which has the syllabus, schedule, and all the readings. If we could click on that on the left, and hopefully if you haven't yet, you'll be able to check out the syllabi. I would highly suggest downloading the PDF version and printing that out. Sometimes reading syllabi online gets a little tiresome, but I'm going to just quickly break it down for you. Open that up. So as I mentioned in the intro announcement, this course is for artists and designers primarily, but anyone that's really interested in entrepreneurship and starting a business in the creative field, this should be helpful to you. We're going to be going over, business plan design, job hunting, freelancing, entrepreneurship, etc., and all the kind of nitty-gritty that go in with that, which will be the third part of this semester. The learning outcomes, what I really want you guys to be able to do is to use this course to help you prepare to initially to look at what kinds of careers are available and what you might be interested in, and then kind of help you get a head start on that process. So that's what this first section will be about, and then talk about clients, talk about how to start up a business, and how to prepare certain documents that you might need, and to make connections with individuals and organizations that can help you start a business or launch a product, etc., etc. So I encourage you to read through all of the learning outcomes in detail. As I mentioned, Blackboard is going to be the main kind of structuring device for the course. Everything that you're going to need to find, you'll see to-do lists and projects. That's going to have all the projects that we're doing, and I'll be posting weekly to-do lists. Those will be in each section of the course, which I'll go over in a minute. Periodically, we're going to be doing live chats, but a good portion of what you're going to be doing is responding to your classmates on discussion board. But we will have several live chats. Initially, we'll have one with me next week. That's what the survey was about, and then we will have several other live chats with working professionals in various design and art related fields. So 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 yeah, those should be fun. So those are the main that main kind of module area: announcements, to-do lists and projects, discussion board, communication. That's probably what you're going to be using primarily. That's why it's at the top. As I said, stay on track is where you land. Tips and resources are various things that could help you in the future. You might want to poke around there. Game plan, syllabus schedule, that's important, especially right now as you're starting to get an understanding of what the course is. Check that out. Instructor info, that's how to get a hold of me. And then your grades. Faculty contact is a repeat of instructor info. I specifically want to talk about the structure of the class. You can see the readings that are needed. Kern and Burn, Nail It. Those are in the reading section. You're going to need to get those. Some of you had said they're back ordered, which is why I sent how to get the ebooks, which are pretty cheap. But I want to talk about the structure and the projects. So we have 4 projects, and those are going to vary in percentage or points between 12.5 to 20 points each, depending on the size and scope of each project. Those, maybe we have 5. Just want to double check how many projects we have. Sorry about that. Yeah, so the projects are going to be 75% of your grade, and then the remainder of that is going to be your bi-weekly summaries. So your summaries of the readings, of the things that we've been talking about, and then the final 10% is your participation and professionalism. So how are you responding to people on Blackboard, etc., etc. So let's walk through. Let's click over to the schedule and readings. Click on the folder schedule. So the way this course is structured is a very simple who, why, how, and what structure. So who is who already does what you initially think you want to do. So what other people are out there doing the design work or the advertising or the visual communication that you want to do. So that's going to be us doing research first. And that's the first 4 weeks roughly. These are dates are subject to change depending on how quickly we get through the material. And the first project in that who we section is who does it well. So you'll see that already listed in the to-do list and projects. So you're going to do research on 4 firms, and then you're going to post that information on the discussion board, and that will be due the 15th, which is next Sunday night at midnight. So that's the basic structure of when things are going to be due. So just so you can keep that in your mind, our things are going to be due Sunday night, and then we'll have till Wednesday night to respond to them generally on Blackboard. So that's the structure. So you want to get that in your mind that Sunday night you might be finishing things up, or if you have something going on Sunday night, you're going to need to prepare for that earlier in the week. But things are going to be due on Sunday nights, Monday morning, midnight. And the Blackboard response is Wednesday. So Monday, Wednesday, keep that, or Sunday, Wednesday, keep that in mind. You can see the second project, which is you actually preparing a application or your resume and cover letters for jobs that you're interested in. You don't actually have to apply to them, but you are going to be preparing for that. So again, hopefully this should be beneficial in helping you understand what you want to do and how you can develop the skills and the resources to go out and get that yourself. So that's the who section. Why is weeks 5 and 6. So why do we do what we do? So in this why section, we're really looking at the core beliefs of a business or of an individual starting a business. So why is the core belief? It's why the business exists. So this will be an intense look inward at our core beliefs as makers, artists, and designers, and entrepreneurs. And you can read through the project 3, which is a brand manifesto. And you're basically going to be creating an elevator pitch. And then comes kind of midway through the semester, the how weeks. And that's really when we get into how a business works. What kinds of things do we need to do to make that happen? So how a business fulfills that core belief. How do we make it happen? How does the work work? And with that, we're going to be creating a business plan, a mission vision statement, competitive analysis, etc., etc. And then the final weeks of the semester are going to be the what weeks. So this is what the company does to fulfill that core belief. And it doesn't always have to be a company. It can be an organization, or it can be you fulfilling your core belief, or your what you actually want to do. These are the services that you provide to, or the things that you make. And so for that final project, which is project 5, so we do have 5 projects, that we're going to come up with an entrepreneurial idea and then create a business plan for that with an executive summary, research that's involved in that, financial projections, etc. Okay, so that is basically how the course is structured. Again, we have 75 points for the projects, and we have 15 points for the biweekly summaries. So you really writing about what you're learning and what you're reading, and then and maybe what we're hearing from business professionals. And that final 10% is going to be that's your professionalism and how you are helping your classmates through discussion on discussion board. All right, so that's basically that. Oh, and I also want to mention that it is on a 100-point scale. So if you get all 15 points on a project, that means those 15 points are worth 15% of your grade. So you'll see points are the same as percentages. The due dates are all there. They're projected due dates, so those are tentative due dates, but you can see all of the due dates for all the projects in the schedule portion of game plan. All right, I've kind of rambled on long enough here, but coming next week, we're going to attempt to do a live chat, talk about the readings, and also talk about my professional background. And yeah, just keep looking at the course. Make sure that you're going there on at least 3 or 4 times a week. That's important, that you actually visit the Blackboard site, and you should do well if you're staying on track. So that's what that stay on track is for. Anyway, looking forward to the semester with y'all, and I will the online